All right, guys, so let's get into another video. And if you remember, I have mentioned in the previous video that North Korea have actually threatened a war with South Korea, right? And that was indicating that North Korea has actually entered a war mode. And currently, North Korea is actually destroying many roads that connect to South Korea. And this include railway lines and almost all land connectivity. And that is between North Korea and South Korea, which is being strategically destroyed. So the world is shocked to see how quickly the North Korean army can destroy such an infrastructure. And when these roads and railways lines were built, significant investment was made. So North Korea is not just incurring a loss here, right? So you will be able to see the roads which are connected between North Korea and South Korea, where the North Korean army has planted explosives and destroyed completely. And notably, South Korea was not want to pull back their people, and suddenly explosions occur one after another. So that is something which is not acceptable also. Anyway, initially the South Koreans did not understand what the North Koreans were doing. However, as the explosions increased, they realized that the aim was to completely destroy all road connectivity between North and South Korea. The South Korean soldiers, upon witnessing the explosions, feared that the North Korea might plan an attack on South Korea and destroying the railway lines and roads. Currently, there are no significant, or you can say, if you look at the situation now, there is a significant fear in South Korea that North Korea may launch numerous missiles also. And the 38th parallel, the imaginary line that serves as the border between North and South Korea, adds to this tension. There is a concern that North Korea might execute a major attack across South Korea, and the South Korean military, although larger in numbers, may not be able to effectively enter North Korea. Okay, now the intentions, if you look at, you know, yeah, one might wonder why North Korea felt the need and, to destroy so much infrastructure. While Kim Jong-un may not appear clever, he's actually a very strategic leader. Over the years, he had approved the construction of these roads with South Korean funding. As South Korea decided to gradually improve relations with the North and hoped for eventual unification of the Korean Peninsula. However, he has declared that reunification is impossible and that South Korea will remain a significant enemy of North Korea. Consequently, all the roads and railway lines connecting North and South Korea has been destroyed. After witnessing the explosions, South Korean soldiers opened fire, creating a line of bullets to signal to the North Korean that they had crossed the border and should refrain from further escalations. Okay, now Russia's role we can discuss now. Before that, the tensions are extremely high if you see in that area now. And if you ask me why North Korea suddenly destroyed these roads, I can tell you that these geopolitical events are intricately linked to global politics, particularly involving Vladimir Putin. So reports have surfaced that he visited North Korea and engaged in discussion with Kim Jong-un, highlighting the mutual defense agreement they signed. And this agreement clearly states that if either country is attacked, the other will come to its defense. Currently, North Korean troops are reportedly fighting on behalf of Russia in the Ukraine conflict, although North Korea has officially denied this. And this mutual defense agreement sends a clear message to South Korea. Any significant response from them could prompt military action from Russia in defense of North Korea. So that's a Russian role that we can discuss, and distracting the US might also be intention in the midst of this. If you look at North Korea has drawn attention away from US by distracting the US with issues in South Korea. It prevents them from focusing on potential threats posed by Iran. There is a growing concern that Russia may instigate a small-scale conflict between North and South Korea to further, entangle the US military. So we have discussed about the possibility of formation of that bloc like Iran, China, and Russia and North Korea, right? So if there is a small fight which is coming between North Korea and South Korea, US may get distracted in this region, and there the attention may be weakened. Okay, so what I can tell you is see and understand the geopolitical events with maturity. Even issues arise between India and China. Russia rarely points fingers at China for the tensions. This doesn't mean that Russia is an enemy of India. Rather, in geopolitics, there are no permanent friends or enemies. And I don't think that Russia will be in a position to outrightly support India if there is a conflict between India and China. That is something which we need to see. Now, North Korea's action, what's the pretext? If you remember that we have discussed about the sending drones to North Korea, but that's actually not the case. That might be used as a defense at this point of time. If you believe that North Korea were prompted by South Korea, or provoked by South Korea by sending drones to North Korea, it's essential to understand and clarify that this issue has persisted over years. Okay. And in this particular case, North Korea has used the drone incident as a pretext or an opportunity to justify the destruction of the roads and railway lines, asserting that it is preparing its artillery on the border to maintain a constant state of fear among South Koreans. So that's what I want to discuss. So the update now is, yesterday we discussed about the potential war and even the use of nuclear weapons. Now I'm talking about the destruction of roads and railway lines by North Korea, which is connecting North Korea and South Korea. So that's it, guys. Thank you so much for watching. In case if you're interested for joining the civil services classes or sociology classes, I give you the link in the description. You can consider joining the program. See you guys in the next session. Thank you so much.